The movie begins somewhere in a war-ravaged Hong Kong in 2055. A team of soldiers wearing mechanized exosuits is undertaking a mission to take down unknown entities that have spread across their chaotic city. A decorated soldier, Tyler, explains the events that have led to the Earth's apocalyptic scenario as he is reminded of being with his only daughter long ago. As a result of the heavy production of advanced military robots for war in the past century, temperatures increased globally, and widespread pollution destroyed the Earth's ecological balance. With the atmosphere now ruined due to high toxicity, many babies were born with birth defects, dying shortly after. He sadly reveals that his daughter, Sissy, was one of those babies. To shield the planet from the toxins, the world governments ordered large domes, known as Skynet, to be built over the cities, now classified as numerical sectors. Sometime during the construction of a Skynet over Hong Kong, known as B-16, a giant meteor containing an alien tentacle plant, later called Pandora, falls from the sky. It emerged from the rock and violently eviscerated the surrounding area around it to take root, thriving in contact with water. The plant slowly took over more of the city as it rained over time. Ironically, it was discovered that it could purify the Earth's polluted air for mysterious reasons. He then reveals that the ultimate effects of Pandora on the planet remain unknown, though he is hopeful that mankind will stop it. Tyler is currently working for the ASU, a local military force in B-16. Colleague Commander Johnson Cheng joins him as they are tasked with a new mission to stop Pandora from growing. As the two have some playful banter, a military helicopter lands on the tarmac, carrying Colonel Tam Bing, who will oversee their operation. Tyler rounds up his air combat unit, including Junior Officer Connor Kwong, who is in a rocky relationship with radio operator Lucy. Moments later, Cheng and Tam meet with B-16 Commander-in-Chief Sean Lee, architect of the Skynet project, to debrief the current situation regarding Pandora. Based on satellite reports, 2 heavy storms are approaching the area, which will benefit the plant and expand it. Tam introduces Dr. Chan Chong Chong, who developed a gene bullet virus, P7N9, that must be released inside the alien plant's pistol to render it defenseless but still able to purify the air. Possibly, the mission could fail, so Colonel Tam reveals her backup plan to detonate bombs from the air with Orca aerial bombers within a 14 km range before the second rainstorm hits. This method will destroy the plant entirely but potentially kill at least 160,000 people in the surrounding area since there are no evacuation plans set beforehand. Upon hearing this, Cheng speaks up to object to sacrificing innocent lives to solve their problem, but Tam reasons that they cannot spread panic and fear to ensure the safety of the 5 million other citizens. Cheng gives in and accepts the task as Commander Lee commences the operation. The commander and Tam head to the ACU briefing room and inform all the men about the plan to locate the pistol. Tam explains the 4 stages that must occur to make the operation a success. The first stage is that the ACU and mechanical units must await instructions at Central Building. Next, the launch contrast agent will bomb during the first rainstorm. Third, while Pandora absorbs the bombs, Skyfish aerial units must scan and search for the pistol. And the last stage is that as the contrast agent bomb converges with the alien plant's pistol, robots will shoot gene bullets inside to start the alteration process before the second rainstorm hits. Tyler expresses concern about the timeframe of the plant's reaction to the virus, believing the ACU will be in danger if they stay in the surrounding area while waiting. Tam angrily answers, saying they must accept uncertain outcomes as long as they can continue tracking the contact agent. Commander Cheng reiterates his earlier sentiments that they must succeed in this mission to prevent Plan B from happening. A little while later, the ASU boarded their respective Skyfish planes to execute their mission. As Tyler hangs a precious locket in his cockpit, he is joined by Privates Connor and Lincoln, as they are tasked to escort the Orca aerial transport, which will bring the P7N9 virus into the alien plant zone. Meanwhile, at the busy streets of B-16, former ACU squad mate Skunk, now a nomad, watches from below as the Skyfish head to the location. Memories of his last time with Tyler and Commander Cheng start flooding, revealing a sour end to their friendship. Moments later, during the first rainstorm, the initial stages of the mission go as planned. Unfortunately, the plant starts attacking the aerial units, forcing Tyler and his men to fly away and dodge. Most Skyfish units fall, except for 086, which Tyler carefully pilots. As the plane is getting destroyed by the plant's tendrils, he makes a last-ditch effort to fly himself and his men to a lower altitude and land somewhere. At the command center, Cheng instructs the robots inside the Orca transports to drop and aid in the clearing operation. However, unbeknownst to the unit, Commander Lee secretly sabotages the Orca by remotely accessing one of the military robots to kill the men on board and force the entire ship to crash into a building. Meanwhile, just before his aircraft crashes, Tyler manages to locate the plant's pistol on the scanner. The aftermath leaves Lincoln critically injured, but the men free themselves from the burning wreckage and walk outside to a nearby abandoned hospital to recuperate. Inside the command center, Tam becomes discouraged by the result of the mission and losing contact with Tyler's group. Before initiating Plan B, Chang asks her to give him 3 hours to locate the men and reach the pistol. As he leaves, Tam orders Lucy to investigate the failed mission to find out why the signal got cut. Chang later drives a military vehicle towards the city slums in search of Skunk, who is hesitant to join him at first but relents when he is presented with his old artillery weapon, a rail gun, which he used as an ACU lieutenant. Skunk is hopeful that Tyler will forgive him for his past negligence in one of their previous missions, which lead to a massive fallout. Meanwhile, Connor and Tyler rest Lincoln in a gurney while they put on their exosuits before searching for medical supplies in all the rooms. Tyler heads to the pharmacy, where he hears strange sounds near the shelves, followed by the sight of something scurrying about. While locating the noise, he stumbles upon a rabbit plush, which reminds him of a toy he gave his daughter when she was alive. Connor freaks out when he sees a mantis-like creature lunge at Lincoln, killing him. The junior soldier panics and hurriedly hides in the mortuary while Tyler faces another creature inside the pharmacy, shooting it dead. He then goes to the emergency room just in time to rescue an orphan girl, Pansy, hiding under one of the operating tables. He notices that the little girl somewhat resembles Sissy in some way. Meanwhile, Chang and Skunk locate Tyler and advise headquarters to converge units at the abandoned hospital while the former search is on foot. He bursts through the hallway, killing one of the creatures with a hatchet with Tyler's help. The men proceed to the mortuary and pull Connor out of the steel drawer. As Skunk briefly reminisces, Chang interrupts him and orders him to find a way out of the hospital before more creatures appear. He then drives to a corner and detonates the wall to let his squad mates and the girl out while they escape the mantis-like creatures. The group drives towards the Orca crash site to recover the gene bullets. At B-16 headquarters, Commander Lee is growing impatient and orders Tam to go with Plan B instead. Suddenly, Connor transmits the scan report of the pistol's location, resuming the mission. He reunites with Lucy on the radio as she begs him to stay alive and fix her watch upon returning safely. On the way to the crash site, Tyler and Skunk briefly bicker as the two are reminded about their broken friendship that lasted for 30 years. Chang informs Tyler they must succeed in finding the pistol to prevent Plan B from killing innocent civilians. Upon reaching the building where the Orca crashed, Lucy radios Connor to inform him there were defects in the robots they were transporting. The junior soldier then volunteers with Chang to find the missing box, while Tyler stays behind with Skunk to comfort Pansy. The scared little girl reveals that she was abandoned by her mother while looking for medicine, moving Tyler to tears remembering his last moments with Sissy. Later, Chang climbs to the top of the building, where the gene bullet capsule is left perched on a railing. Luckily, Tyler follows and rescues him after dangling precariously on edge. After jumping high enough, they find the open capsule and one gene bullet still intact on a van seat. Using a fire hose, Chang ties himself to cross the other side as Tyler pulls him. Unfortunately, the van falls, along with the two soldiers, who survive but are forced to defend themselves from the alien creatures in the area. They head to Connor's location and save him from getting crushed by the van, as Skunk appears to save them with his rail gun. Fortunately, everyone makes it out alive as they escape the narrow corners of the collapsing building. After successfully recovering the bullet, Connor shows the group the grenade pin left in the crash site, indicating that the robots bombed the Orca. Upon inspecting the footage of the robot's severed head, they find evidence that Lee had deliberately tampered with the mission to allow Pandora's destruction and continue the construction of the Skynets. Chang immediately contacts Commander Lee to confront him, revealing that the team has enough evidence to accuse him of the crime. Though he begs him to reconsider his decision, Lee proposes that to defeat him, they will have to go up against his machines, including an Enigma and a Timuri unit under his control. He then blocks the signal, preventing ACU headquarters from tracking them further. The team cannot accept the challenge and face the robots independently. As Skunk drives their vehicle on the Skyway, Enigma appears and chases them at full speed. He then tries to dodge the bullets as the men slow the robot down with frag grenades. The crab-like robot suddenly sends out a missile, which is destroyed by their vehicle's built-in countermeasures. Enigma opens one of the doors despite their efforts and fires at the men. As it tries to ram the team's vehicle, 3 more Commander Lee's robots drop from the air and attempt to breach inside from the top. Chang grabs the pulse rifle and takes down Enigma temporarily. Afterward, he and Tyler go toe-to-toe with the humanoid robots, who are pretty skillful in combat. Luckily, with unbelievable team effort, they destroy each of the 3 robots as Skunk jumps the vehicle across a bridge hit with a missile. Just as they barely reach the other side, the Enigma unit grabs them from the bumper and tries to pull them down. Realizing they need to complete the mission, Chang gives Tyler the gene bullet and sacrifices himself by leaping out of the vehicle to disable the robot's minigun, making it lose its grip and fall. The group stays in shock as they drive away from the bridge. Fortunately, Chang survives but sustains serious injuries. Meanwhile, at ACU headquarters, Tam checks the satellite feeds and sees the second rainstorm approaching, so she orders everyone to prepare Orca 2 for Plan B, much to Commander Lee's delight, as he prepares the Timura unit for combat. While the surviving members arrive at the pistol scan location, Lucy presents evidence to Tam at headquarters that Timura is responsible for jamming communications. Meanwhile, Tyler orders Connor to blow up a hole into the pistol and tells Pansy to hide in one of the buses, assuring her he will return. He then teams up with Skunk to lure Timura close enough to destroy its signal jammer and restore communication lines. As they execute this plan, the robot fights back using its pulse gun, eviscerating the street. Fortunately, Tyler jumps on its head and pulls out the jammer, clearing the signal at headquarters and uploading the evidence against Lee to Tam. Skunk buys the group more time by distracting it with his rail gun, though the robot's tough exterior resists the blasts. Connor detonates a bomb, creating a gaping hole in the ground that leads directly to the pistol. Now limping, he retreats to the bus where Pansy is hiding. Afterward, Tyler briefly fights another humanoid robot and beats it to a pulp, having been inspired to save Pansy in honor of his late daughter. Skunk survives, using his gun to wrap Timura with a cluster bomb and destroy it. Just as time is running out with the second rainstorm coming, Chang returns after saving Pansy and Connor inside the bus. The team then contact Tam immediately for her to suspend Plan B. As the plant grows stronger and expands its reach due to the rainstorm, Chang dives into the hole and locates the pistol chamber. Upon entering, he discovers glowing alien eggs guarded by the mantis-like creatures, indicating the location to be their nest. As he insults Commander Lee, he throws the gene bullet onto the pistol, spreading the P7N9 virus that stops the alien plant from growing further. ACU headquarters, along with the B-16 citizens, rejoice as Pandora is finally contained. After sporting one last smile of defeat, Commander Lee commits suicide to avoid a jail sentence. A week goes by as Dr. Chan successfully alters Pandora's genes while purifying the atmosphere with clean air for the first time in years. Tyler busies himself with cleaning the group's armored vehicle while Pansy and Connor decorate the side panel with a colorful drawing. Now accepted back into the ACU, Skunk has cut his hair and changed his look. The movie ends with Chang and Tyler accepting a new mission and traveling to the moon, fulfilling a dream Sissy once had. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this to help the channel out. Have a nice day.